Welcome students to S Union High School and Junior College. Standard 7th History Lesson 13 Life of the People in Maharashtra. Points to be remembered. First, the Maratha rule lasted for 150 years. Second, the officer protects the village was Patil. Third, the officer who managed the revenue was Kulkarni. Fourth, the village occupations were divided into Kali, black, Pandari, white. Fifth, the crops grown were jawar, bajra, wheat, nachni, corn, rice, etc. Sixth, barter system was the only transactions in the rural areas. 7. Food of the farmers consists of bhakri, onion, chutney and gravy. 8. The Ganesh festival was celebrated on large scale during Peshwa era. 9. Subjects taught were writing, reading and accounting. 10. Modi script was used for day-to-day affairs. Hindvi Swaraj, formed by Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj, was a state for the people, founded with the noble intention of the welfare of common people, removal of oppression, and the protection of the Maharashtra Dharma. In the period after Shivaji Maharaj, Maratha power spread to all parts of India. It lasted for about 150 years. We gathered information about the Maratha administration in the last few chapters. In this chapter, we shall study the social conditions and the life of the people in that period. Social conditions. Agriculture and occupations based on agriculture were the major sources of production at the village level. The Patil was responsible for the protection of the village and the Kulkarni handled the revenue. The Patil received land as inam for his work as a Patil. He also received a part of the village revenue. The Balutedars were paid in kind in form of objects, food grains, etc. for the work they did for the village people. The village occupations were divided into Kali and Pandhari. Peasants worked in their field in the Kali, land, earth or soil, and others in Pandhari within the village precincts. It was considered important to conduct the affairs of the village with mutual understanding. Joint family system was prevalent. Do you know there were 12 balutedars such as the blacksmiths, carpenters, potters, goldsmiths, etc. In a village they worked for the village people. Customs and traditions. Child marriage were prevalent. It was acceptable to have many wives. There are a few examples of widow marriages in this period. To perform the last rites, burning, burial, and immersion methods were used as per tradition. Murat or auspicious occasions were sought for very little thing and also to open battles. People believed in dreams and omens. Anushtans were performed to avoid the wrath of gods and planets. Charitable deeds were also done for the same purpose. People believed in astrology. There was a general lack of a scientific attitude and offerings to God. Navas were considered more important than medical treatment. Standard of living. A majority of people lived in villages. Villages were mostly self-sufficient. Only salt had to be imported from other places. The needs of farmers were limited. They grew jawar, bajra, wheat, ragi, nachni, maize, rice, and other grains in their fields. The daily diet consists of bhakri, onion, chutney, and an accompaniment. Barter system was used for everyday transactions. Village houses were simple mud and brick constructions. Vadas with one or two stories were seen in the cities. Rice, dal, chapatis, vegetables, salads, milk, and dahi products were mainly included in the rich people's diet. Men wore a dhoti, kurta, angharka, and mundasa. Women wore 9-yard sari and blouses. Festivals. People celebrated Gudi Padwa, Nag Panchami, Bail Poda, Dasera, Diwali, Makar Sankrant, Holi, Eid, and other festivals. In the Peshwa period, Ganesh Utsav was celebrated in many homes. The Peshwa himself being a devotee of Ganesha, these celebrations acquired importance. Every year, these celebrations lasted from Bhadrapad Chaturthi up to Ananta Chaturdashi. Dasera being considered as one of the 3.5 most auspicious occasion, many new things were started on this day. Weapons were offered puja, and it was customary to cross the boundaries ceremoniously and distribute apta leaves on Dasera. The Marathas launched their campaigns after Dasera. During Diwali, Bali Pratipada and Bhav celebrations had special importance. In most of the villages, fairs were held. Wrestling bouts were a common feature of the fair. Zatras, goodies were raised to celebrate Gudi Padwa. Celebrations included entertainment programs like song and dances. Tamasha was popular form of entertainment. Education. Pathshalas and madrasas were the institutes that imparted education. Reading, writing, and arithmetic was taught at home. The Modi script was used in most transactions. Travels and communication. Transport was carried out by roads, through ghats, and across bridges on rivers. Cloth, food grains, groceries were transported by loading them on the backs of bullocks. Some small boats were used in rivers. Messengers and camel riders carried letters to and fro. Sports. Various sports were popular in this period. They were a means of entertainment. Wrestling and martial arts were very popular. Malakham, Dand, Lathi, Dandapatta, Bothati were practiced. Hututu, Kho-Kho, Atapatya were the popular outdoor games, and chess, Ganjifa, dice were popular indoor games. Religion and conduct. The two major religions seen in this period were Hindu and Muslim. Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj had a liberal religious policy. The general understanding was that everyone should follow their own religion and should not impose it on others. The government gave grants to pathshalas, temples, madrasas, and mosques. Followers of both religions took part in the celebrations of each other's festivals. Varkaris, Mahanubhav, Datta, Nath, and Ramdasi Panth were prevalent. Women's life. Women's life in those days was full of hardships. Their world was confined to the house of the first their father and then their husbands. Their education was neglected. Only a few exceptional women had achieved any progress in literacy, administration, and battle skills. They included Veer Mata Jizabai, Maharani Yesubai, Maharani Tarabai, Umabai Dabhade, Gopika Bai, Punya Shlok Ahilyabai. Customs like child marriage, unequal marriage, widowhood, Keshwapan, Sati, polygamy had imposed harsh restrictions on the way women lived. The period from 1630 Common Era to 1810 Common Era is broadly defined as Marathi Shahi. Let us revive the art and architecture of this period in brief. Sculpture, we find references to restoration of the Kasba Ganpati Mandir, building of the Lal Mahal, constructions on Rajgarh and Raigad, building of sea forts, etc., that are related to architecture. Hiroji Indolkar was a famous architect of that period. While setting up a village, the usual pattern was roads cutting one another at right angles, stone construction along the sides, and extensive ghats, steps along the river banks. During the Peshwa period, a drinking water supply system was built like the one at Ahmednagar and Bijapur. The Peshwa built underground pipes, small dams, gardens and courts, tanks, fountains, etc. The Mastani Talao at Diveghat, Hadapsar near Pune city is worth a mention in this regard. Shaniwarwada and Vishrambagwada in Pune, Sarkarwada in Nasik, Raghunath Rao Peshwa's Wada at Kopargaon, the Vadas of the Satara Chhatrapati, as also the old Vadas at Vai, Minawali, Toke, Shrigonde, Pandharpur are the symbols of the medieval Vada culture. Baked as well as unbaked bricks were used to build the Vadas. Wooden columns, rafts, boards, dressed stones, arches, finely prepared lime round tiles for the roof, mud and bamboo were all used in the construction. The Vadas were decorated with sketches, paintings, wooden sculptures and mirrors. Temples. The temples of this period are built in the Hemadpanthi style of the Yadava period. The shikhars of the Ambabai temple at Kolhapur, the temples on the Jyotiba hill, Shambhu Mahadev temple at Shikhar Shingnapur, Girishneshwar temple at Verul are excellent specimens of sculpture. The Bhavani Devi temple on Pratapgarh and the Saptakoteshwar temple at Goa were built by Shivaji Maharaj. Other temples of the Peshwa period are the Kalaram temple at Nasik, the Shiva temple at Trimbakeshwar, Shiva temples at Kaigaon and Toke on the confluence of the Godavari and Parvar, and the Mohini Raj temple at Nevase. Ghats. Stone ghats built on a river or the confluence of the rivers are the characteristics of the Marathi Shahi. The most remarkable specimen of a ghat is one at Toke, Parvar Sangam on the confluence of the Godavari and Parvar. In a flight of steps, there would be one wide step at regular intervals. This would lend beauty to the entire ghat constructions. Strong bastions were built at regular intervals so as to prevent damage due to water currents. Paintings. The paintings on the walls of Shaniwarwada are important ones of the Peshwai period. Raghu, Tanaji, Anuparao, Shivram, Mankoji are some of the important painters of this period. The painter Gangaram Tambat was famous at that time of Savai Mahadhavrao Peshwa. The Peshwas encouraged painting. Vadas in the Pune, Satara, Mainvali, Nasik, Chandwad and Nipani regions during Peshwa period had paintings on their walls. Temples at Pandeshwar, Morgaon, Pal, Benwadi, Pashan near Pune have paintings on the walls. The themes of those paintings were Dashavatar, Ganpati, Shankar, Ram Pancha Yatna, mythological stories, Ramayana, Mahabharata, festivals, and so on. At Jamod in Vidarbha, Jin Charitra paintings adorn the Jain temple. Illustrations in the pothis, miniatures, portraits, scenes, etc. were also painted. Sculptures. Important specimens include the sculpture of the meeting between Malalama Desai and Shivaji Maharaj at the time of his Karnataka campaign. The sculpture at Bhuleshwar temple including sculptures of individuals and animals, example elephant, peacock, monkey. The sculptures on the Toke temple and the idols within. The Trishund Ganpati temple in Pune, the memorial to Punya Shlok Ahilya Bai in Madhya Pradesh, the sculptures at the Mohini Raj temple at Nevasi. Metal idols. The Peshwa had specially commissioned the metal idols of Parvati and Ganpati in the Parvati temple for the purpose of puja. Wooden sculptures were also seen. Literature. Important forms of literature included the composition of sant, mythological narratives, tika literature, ovi, abhangas, treatises, narrative poems, biographies, artis of deities, povadas, bakhars, historical letters, etc. Drama. At Tanjore in the south, Marathi plays had emerged near the end of the 17th century. Sarfoji Raje encouraged this art. Songs, music, and dance were a prominent part of these plays. So far, we reviewed the medieval period of history and the rise and expansion of the Maratha power. Next year, we shall study the modern period. Thank you, dear students.